The white gate of aisle opened, revealing a beautiful bride in a gorgeous attire, which was none other than Lim Wayan. There was no hesitation in her aura, and with a sweet smile, she was walking with her father, not forgetting to look at her cold groom. There was Jungkook standing in his normal attitude, which was cold and reserved like always, yet looking the most handsome man she ever saw. He only glanced at once Swayan, but couldn't deny the fact she was looking ethereal. Mr. Lim handed Wayan's hand into a Jungkook's hand with a promise, and he assured genuinely he must be doing wedding out of family pressure, but he respect every relationship of his life, including accepting Wayan as his wife. You can smile at least today. There is no text on his smile. He glared at her, but she didn't care as she was used to it. Before marriage, she already knew he was a man of few words and had reserved personality. Soon the priest started the wedding ceremony, and both of them take vows with honesty. Now I announce you as a husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Jungkook's arm slid her waist gently as he pulled her near. For good seconds, his lips rested on her lips, which surely made her shocked, but when she could lick the moment fully, he backed away and the crowd cheered for them. It was unexpected. Don't you want it? Concern. I didn't mean that. She blushed, but her confidence amazed Jungkook. Soon Jimin congratulated the newly wedded couple and had a conversation with Wayan. You guys already know each other? Yeah, he used to come as a mentor in my university. Jungkook nodded when he felt a hand in his coat pocket and looked at Jimin. What are you doing? Helping you out. You can thank me later. Jimin had a mischievous smile that Jungkook was curious about the thing, but because of the guests and the other activities, he forgot about it. Wayan was inside the bedroom of Jungkook and he was attending an important call. She was definitely nervous and so many thoughts were running in her mind. Is he going to? No. I mean, it's fun, but what about the pain? She was in her thoughts when Jungkook came back to the room and she passed him a smile. He looked at her briefly while removing his coat when something fell from his pocket. His eyes turned big, seeing the package soft, then looked at Wayan, who was looking at the same spot with widened eyes. God, he came with foolproof planning. Wayan, actually, I like chocolate flavor. Jungkook was again stunned by her confidence while she looked everywhere but him. He took steps towards her, let her hold on her wedding dress tighten, and he stopped just inches away from her. Are you sure you are ready for it? Like usual, his voice was more deeper than ever that she looked at him hesitantly. I don't know. Relax, I have no plans to do anything. Just go and change your clothes. You have university tomorrow. Her mood turned off with the mention of the university, but she can't escape from it. Nodding her head, she went to the bathroom and changed into some comfy clothes. As she came back, Jungkook was already laying on the bed peacefully until Wayan hugged him, and he pushed her away gently while holding her arms. What are you doing? Hugging my husband? Ignoring his cold gaze, she hugged him again, but tightly this time. You should have asked my permission. Don't you have manners? Then why did you kiss me without my permission? It was a part of our marriage ritual. He tried to free himself, but Wayan with evil smile even snuggled her face into him more. And this is the part of after marriage ritual. Now sleep and let me sleep too. She closed her eyes and Jungkook sighed in defeat. No matter how cold he was, but she always had techniques to melt him. Her presence beside him was surely soothing, and he placed a soft kiss on her head as she was asleep. She's stubborn, but I like it. Jungkook got up next morning just to see her sleeping peacefully, that his lips twitched into a smile. He got up to follow his usual daily routine, and after an hour he came back to the room, but Wayan was still sleeping. Wayan, he said lightly, then louder and even louder, but Wayan was literally Kumkaran Kiola, so she didn't budge. Wayan, get up, you are getting late for the university. He jerked her body this time, but she turned to the other side to get more sleep. Jungkook knew she wouldn't listen, so he took the glass of jug and poured on her face that she immediately woke up with a jolt. Good morning, Mrs. Jeon. He smirked as Wayan was glaring at him and wiped her face. Husbands wake up their wives with morning kisses or bed tea, and what you did? Exactly as a sleepyhead deserves. You are so bad. I know, but now get ready. You are already late for the university. How about I skip today and we both go somewhere? She showed her most innocent look that he melted but didn't show it. No, I have an important meeting, rude. Rolling her eyes, she walked inside the bathroom and got ready for the most unwanted place, university. You should have go somewhere. You should have go somewhere with him instead of coming here. Do you really expect that Goldie go with me on a romantic date night? How about we go to the mall and do some shopping? That's a great idea. Skipping the classes, they took their leave and came to the mall. Vian bought so many things since she was princess of her father and a hoodie caught her attention. It will look good on Jungkook. She bought it too and decided to have something to eat. As both of them crossed the mall corridor, Cassie caught a familiar figure. Vian, Jungkook. Vian looked at the direction immediately, but her face turned red seeing her smiling with a girl. So, this is the important meeting. Losing her control, she threw the bags on the floor and got inside the restaurant angrily. Jungkook? Her voice was louder than both of them looked at her with a confusion. Vian, what are you doing here? Before Vian could say anything, his team came with different things for the lunch and saw Vian. Hello, Mrs. Jian. Hello. Come, Vian, join us. Vian blinked her eyes while sliding the hair behind and passed him a weak smile. How stupid I am, she thought. Wait, I'll be back in a few minutes. Going back to Casey, Vian brought her and with authority sat beside Jungkook. She had good time with his team, but that girl surely bothering her despite knowing she was his friend and business partner too. Thanks for the lunch, Jungkook. I'll see you soon. She walked away while Vian glaring at her with not so good face. Stop glaring at her. He whispered near her ear with a smile. Why? Because my eyes are only on you. Her cheeks turned red and Cassie gave her a mischievous smile. By the way, may I know the reason of your bunking the classes? I was not feeling well. Oh, so you came shopping mall for treatment. Exactly, shopping's like a therapy for me. She flipped her hair proudly, causing Jungkook to nod with a smile. Let's go, I'll drop you too. It's so sweet of you, Jungkook. Jungkook just nodded and taking her bags like a gentleman, he took his leave. Days were passing and their relationship was growing with efforts and love. It was indeed an arranged marriage, but now they were attracted towards each other. Now Jungkook was at the living area and waiting for his wife. It was late at night and she was still outside. Her phone was off too, that he was getting angry. Soon he noticed a car entered the mansion and Vian came out. She hugged Cassie, an unknown guy that Jungkook clenched his jaw in jealousy. How dare her to let him touch her? He stood there until she came inside the mansion and gulped down seeing Jungkook's expression. Jungkook, where were you, Mrs. Jeon? The way her stomach flipped by his deep voice but composed herself. Sir, we just got a bit late. Calming himself, he took steps towards her and held her in his arms. Now it became his habit to just pull her to him every time. Bit late? It's literally 1 AM and you didn't even try to send me a message or call me. My phone battery ran out. But you can use Cassie's phone or that guy you came with. He gritted his teeth. I'm sorry, Jungkook. It was not my intentions. He stayed silent and giving her a last glance, he was about to walk away when Vian held his hand. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Promise? Promise. I was worried, Vian. You have no idea what I've gone through these hours. I understand, but see, I'm alright. She hugged him tightly that Jungkook gulped down. These days, he was attracting towards her beyond his control, and her presence around him was enough to lose his control. Let's go to the bedroom. Holding her in his arms effortlessly, he went to the bedroom and after changing the clothes, both of them cuddled. Thanks, Mom, to choose such an angel for me. I was doubtful about our relationship, but guess what? I'm heading heels over for you. He murmured and kissed her temple, unaware Vian heard everything. Good night, my love. He closed his eyes while it was hard for Vian to stop her smile as her stomach flipped with butterflies. My Cody is in love with me, but now you have to confess. And her small brain started to work. Vian looked at herself through the mirror and she was looking beautiful in black silk dress which was gifted by her husband. They were going for a success party of Jungkook's project. Let's go, Jungkook," she announced, coming to the bedroom, and Jungkook's eyes stuck to his wife. She's seductress. What are you saying, Jungkook? He shook his head, realizing she was just 19, but his mind wasn't working in an appropriate way after looking at her. Jungkook, her cheeks, neck, ear was heated up, and finally Jungkook blinked his eyes. "Let's go." He avoided looking at her. That Wine rolled her eyes. No matter what, her husband wasn't ready to confess how much he loved her. "Be brave, my introvert husband. You didn't even tell me how am I looking? A hot meal that I wanted to..." "Huh?" She couldn't hear as he muttered everything under his breath. "You look beautiful. Now let's go before I change my mind." Whispering last part, he held Wyan's hand and went to the party venue. The party was going smoothly, but for Jungkook, as Wyan was spending her more time with the guy again. "Your husband is coming to us, and I'm sure he's in a good mood. We should laugh now." Both of them laughed for nothing, and Wyan gulped, feeling Jungkook surrounded his arms around her waist with authority. "What you guys talking about?" "It's personal, Mr. Jeon." He smiled to Wyan, hiding the fear. Jungkook was surely ready to kill him. "Wow, this is one of my favorite songs." She heard Perfect was playing in the background. "Let's go for the dance." Yunwoo hesitantly extended his hand, but before she slipped her hand into his, Jungkook took it already. Couples should dance. He took Wyan to the dance floor and started dancing too, close that her breath sucking by his touch. "May I know who is this stupid guy?" "He's my too good friend, Jungkook. We met in a university," and she gasped as Jungkook attached his chest with her and his lips connected to her earlobe. "Jungkook?" "Yes, Mrs. Jeon." "You don't know how to dance properly. You know, Yunwoo and I are the best dance partners." "Shut up, just shut up, Wyan." She gulped down in fear, maybe her drama going too far, and Jungkook dragged her with him to the hotel room, angry. He pinned her against the wall and caged her in his arms. "I don't want to hear that guy name again." "Why? He's such a sweet..." Wine's eyes widened when Jungkook attached his lip with her and devoured them roughly. The kiss was definitely different from the wedding one, and not holding herself back, she kissed him too with intensity until their lungs gave up. "Now you got it?" Yes. She was avoiding the eye contact after what he did. "I don't like when a man breathes around my woman. You are mine." Wyan rose her lashes in surprise, knowing how possessive he was for her, and he cupped her face. "And you are mine too." Jungkook smiled and again captured her lips for a passionate kiss which lasted for more than 5 minutes. "I don't know you'll get that much jealous." "What do you mean? Yunwoo is just my cousin brother and we just acted to make it jealous. Now see, you confess to me." She giggled and Jungkook shook his head in disbelief. "Your teenager mind. Still better than your mature ones, or else you will confess when I got wrinkles on my face, I guess." "Possessiveness always works." "It does, but I'm curious, what should we do now?" His eyes suddenly changed, voice toned deeper, causing Wyan to get nervous. "Sleep? Before sleeping?" Now he was teasing her and controlling his smile, seeing her all red. "Are you sure?" "I want it." And that was enough for Jungkook to give his utmost love to her in every possible way.